You are not free. Right now, at this moment, you think you're making decisions, but you're not. Something else is ruling you. Appetites, desires, impulses you never chose. Let me show you. You wake up craving. You spend your day chasing. You collapse, exhausted, having fed every hunger except the one that matters. The hunger for truth, for mastery, for the throne of your own soul. This is the war Plato understood better than anyone. Not the war between nations, not the war between men. The war inside, the war for kingship over yourself. And most of you are losing. You think you're in control because you chose what to eat this morning. You think you're free because you picked which distraction to consume. But freedom isn't choosing between chains. Freedom is breaking them, and that requires violence. The violence of reason against appetite. The violence of philosophy against the beast within. Plato wrote, "The Republic, not as a fantasy, but as a manual, a blueprint for internal warfare." He knew that you refuse to see that your soul is a battlefield. Three forces fight for control: reason, spirit, and appetite. And right now, in most of you, appetite sits on the throne, while reason begs for scraps. You are ruled by what you crave, by what feels good, by the screaming demands of the body. This is tyranny. This is slavery. This is the life of an animal that thinks it's human. Look at your life right now. What controls it? Is it reason? Is it the careful, deliberate pursuit of truth and goodness? Or is it the next meal, the next pleasure, the next hit of whatever you've chosen, whether it's food or gambling or validation or the endless scroll of digital nothingness? Every time you choose comfort over discipline, you surrender. Every time you choose pleasure over purpose, you hand the crown to your base self. You become a slave in your own kingdom. Plato saw this in Athens. He watched democracy devour itself. He watched men call slavery freedom because they could indulge every appetite. He watched the cave dwellers celebrate their chains because the shadows on the wall felt real enough. And he understood that the same disease infects the individual soul. You think you're free because you have options, but options without wisdom are just different flavors of bondage. The man who can choose between 10 poisons is still poisoned. The allegory of the cave is not a metaphor. It's a diagnosis. You are the prisoner, right now, chained since birth, watching shadows flicker on a wall, and you call this reality. You call this life. Someone tells you the shadows are just images cast by a fire. That true reality exists behind you in a realm of light and form you've never seen. And what do? You call them crazy. You prefer the comfortable darkness to the painful ascent. This is the trap of opinion over knowledge, the trap of appearance over truth, the trap that keeps you kneeling when you could be king. Here is what Plato knew and what you must understand. There are two worlds: the world of forms, perfect, eternal, unchanging truth, and the world of appearance, the shifting, decaying illusion you mistake for reality. Most people live entirely in the second. They chase shadows. They worship images. They build their lives on sand and wonder why everything collapses. The philosopher, the true king of his soul, lives for the first. He pursues the form of the good, the ultimate reality that gives meaning to everything else. This is not abstract philosophy. This is the difference between power and slavery. Your soul is divided. Plato called it the Tripartite Soul. 3 parts, like 3 horses pulling in different directions. First, there is reason, the part that calculates, that understands, that sees truth. This should rule. This should sit on the throne. Second, there is spirit, the part that feels honor, that gets angry, that wants recognition and victory. This should serve reason. This should be reason's warrior and enforcer. Third, there is appetite, the part that craves, that hungers, that demands immediate satisfaction. This should obey both reason and spirit. This should be the slave, not the master. But look at your life. Who rules? In most of you, appetite sits on the throne. You wake up and immediately check what your body wants. Coffee, food, stimulation. You spend your day feeding it. You sacrifice long-term goals for short-term pleasure. You know what you should do, but you do what feels good instead. This is the tyrannical soul, the soul ruled by its lowest part. Plato described this condition in Book 9. The tyrannical man is the most miserable of all men. He is a slave to his own appetites. He thinks he is free because he can indulge every desire. But he is the least free person alive. He cannot say no to himself. He is ruled by the monster within. The tyrannical soul knows no peace. Every desire breeds 10 more. Satisfaction lasts a moment. Then the hunger returns stronger. You eat until you're sick, then you're hungry again. You indulge every sexual impulse, then you need more and darker stimulation. You chase wealth until you're rich, then you're terrified of losing it. This is the chaos of appetite. The more you feed it, the hungrier it becomes. Plato saw this clearly. He saw that the man ruled by desire is always poor, always starving, always enslaved, even if he owns the world. He praised the philosophical soul, the soul ruled by reason. This man pursues truth. He studies the forms. He trains his spirit to enforce what reason commands. He keeps appetite in chains where it belongs, not destroyed because the body has legitimate needs, but controlled, mastered, made servant instead of king. This man knows peace, not because he has everything he wants, but because he wants only what is good. He has escaped the cave. He has seen the sun. He has touched eternal truth. And now he cannot be satisfied with shadows. This is the path Plato laid out, the painful, violent, necessary path from slavery to kingship. It begins with recognition. You must see that you are chained. You must admit that shadows are not reality. You must accept that your current life is cave existence, comfortable perhaps, familiar certainly, but fundamentally false. Most people never take this first step. They defend their chains. They mock anyone who suggests something better exists. They kill the philosophers who return to help them. This is what Athens did to Socrates. This is what you do to the part of yourself that knows better. The ascent from the cave is violent. Plato does not hide this. The prisoner is dragged out. He resists, kicking and screaming. His eyes burn in the light. He wants to return to the comfortable darkness. Every step is agony. This is the violence of self-transformation. You cannot gently suggest to appetite that perhaps it should step down from the throne. You must rip it down. You must chain it. You must be willing to endure the pain of withdrawal as your body screams for what it has always been given. The man who will not suffer this violence will remain a slave forever. Knowledge versus opinion. This distinction is everything. Opinion is what you inherit, what culture tells you, what feels right, what everyone believes. It is the realm of shadows, of appearances, of constantly shifting subjective truth that isn't truth at all. Knowledge is what you earn through dialectic, through rigorous questioning, through the painful discipline of philosophy. It is the realm of forms, of objective, unchanging reality that exists whether you believe it or not. Most people live and die in opinion. They think their subjective feelings are truth. They confuse appearance with reality. They are certain about everything and understand nothing. The philosopher pursues knowledge. He uses reason to ascend from opinion to truth. He questions everything, especially what everyone accepts. He is not satisfied with appearances. He wants to understand the essence, the form, the eternal reality behind the temporary manifestation. This is hard. This is why most people never do it. Opinion is easy. Knowledge requires work. Opinion makes you feel smart immediately. Knowledge reveals how ignorant you are. Opinion lets you fit in. Knowledge isolates you. But only knowledge makes you free. Here is how you begin. You must establish reason as king. Right now, today, at this very moment, you must decide that your life will be ruled by rational principle instead of impulse. This is not a feeling. This is a choice, a declaration of war against everything in you that resists. You must train spirit to serve reason. Spirit is your warrior, your enforcer, the part that gets angry when appetite rebels, the part that feels honor when you keep your commitments, the part that fights. You need this. Reason alone is not enough. You need the passion of spirit directed by the wisdom of reason. Together they can control appetite. Appetite must be made slave, not destroyed. The body has needs: food, rest, basic comfort. But appetite wants more. It always wants more. It wants excess. It wants pleasure, not just satisfaction. It wants to rule. You must say no. You must say it over and over, every single day. You must practice the violence of self-denial, not because suffering is noble, but because this is how you train appetite to obey. You do not negotiate with a tyrant. You overthrow it. This is the chariot analogy from Phaedrus. Your soul is a chariot. Reason is the charioteer. Spirit is the noble white horse. Appetite is the dark, unruly horse. Right now, the dark horse is running wild. It ignores the reins. It drags you toward every base pleasure. It crashes you into disaster. The white horse wants to help, but without direction it just follows the dark horse. You must become the charioteer. You must master the reins. You must use the whip when necessary. You must learn to drive your own soul toward truth and goodness, instead of letting appetite drag you toward destruction. The goal is harmony, not the harmony of equals, but the harmony of proper hierarchy. King, warrior, slave, reason, spirit, appetite, each doing its proper work. When reason rules, you pursue the good. When spirit serves reason, you have courage to face difficulty and honor to maintain discipline. When appetite obeys both, you eat when you should and fast when you should. You satisfy legitimate needs without becoming enslaved to desire. This is justice in the soul, each part doing its proper work. And this justice is its own reward. The just soul is at peace. The unjust soul is at war with itself. Look at Book 4. Plato defines justice as each part of the soul doing its own work, not meddling, not rebelling, not trying to rule when it should serve. Injustice is the opposite: appetite trying to rule, spirit running wild without reason's direction, reason imprisoned and ignored. This is the disordered soul, the tyrannical soul, the soul of the man who cannot control himself. And this man, no matter how rich or powerful or successful by external measures, is miserable. He is at war with himself. He is ruled by the monster within. The monster is not metaphor. The unjust soul is like a composite creature, a human form on the outside, but inside a multitude of beasts, a many-headed monster, a lion and a man. The monster represents appetite, many heads, always hungry, never satisfied. The lion represents spirit, powerful but potentially brutal. The man represents reason, small, weak, easy to ignore. In the just soul, the man controls the lion, and together they master the monster. In the unjust soul, the monster rules. It feeds the lion until the lion serves it. The man is imprisoned. This is your soul, right now. If you are ruled by desire, the path to freedom is the path of philosophy. Not philosophy as an academic exercise, but philosophy as a way of life, as daily practice, as warfare. You must study. You must think. You must question. You must pursue truth, even when it costs you everything. Especially when it costs you everything. The true philosopher, according to Plato, is willing to give up wealth, comfort, pleasure, reputation, even life itself in pursuit of the good. Not because he hates life, but because he has seen something better, something real, something that makes all earthly pleasures look like shadows. This is why Socrates drank the hemlock, not because he wanted to die, but because he refused to stop philosophizing. He refused to let Athens silence reason. He chose death over slavery. This is the ultimate expression of the philosophical life, the willingness to lose everything rather than surrender the sovereignty of reason over your soul. Most people cannot understand this. They think he was foolish. They think he should have compromised. They think survival is the highest good. They are slaves who don't know it, the form of the good. This is the ultimate goal you must strive for, the highest object of knowledge, the source of all truth, beauty, and justice. The good is to the intelligible realm what the sun is to the visible realm. Just as the sun makes visible things visible, the good makes truth knowable. Just as nothing can be seen without sunlight, nothing can be truly understood without the good. This is what the philosopher pursues. Not pleasure, not power, not comfort. The good itself, eternal, perfect, unchanging, real. Most people never pursue this. They chase images, reflections, shadows. They worship appearance and call it truth. They serve appetite and call it freedom. They live in a deep, dark cave and call it the world. As the philosopher, you must escape. You must climb the painful path upward. You must see the sun. The philosopher understands reality, and then he has a choice: stay in the light or return to help others. Plato says the true philosopher must return, must go back into the darkness, must try to free others, even though they will hate him, even though they might kill him, because the philosopher is not just king of his own soul, he is potentially king of the city. The philosopher king. The philosopher king is the only legitimate ruler, not the richest man, not the strongest man, not the most popular man, the man who has seen the good, who understands truth, who rules himself first. Only this man can rule others justly. He doesn't want power. He knows that true happiness comes from philosophy, not politics. He rules out of duty, not desire. He cannot be corrupted because he has already seen what is incorruptible. This is Plato's most radical claim. The only good government is philosopher rule, and the only good life is the philosophical life. But you are not philosopher king of Athens. You are called to be philosopher king of yourself. This is your kingdom, your soul, and right now it is in chaos. Right now appetite rules. Right now you are tyrannized by your own desires. Right now you are slave in your own land. This must end. Today. Now. This moment. You must begin the ascent. You must drag yourself from the cave. You must endure the burning light. You must pursue the good even when every part of you screams to return to comfortable darkness. How? How do you do this? You begin with discipline, simple, brutal daily discipline. You wake up and immediately you tell appetite, no. It wants to sleep. You rise. It wants comfort. You choose difficulty. It wants pleasure. You choose purpose. Every single morning is a battle. Win it. Win it through sheer force of will, directed by reason's command. This is spirit serving reason. This is the warrior enforcing the king's decree. Do this every day. No exceptions, no negotiations, no compromise with the tyrant within. You study, you read, you think, not entertainment, not distraction, truth, philosophy, the great works that point toward the forms. Plato, Socrates, the dialogues that train reason to think clearly and distinguish appearance from reality. You cannot become philosopher king without philosophy. You cannot rule yourself without understanding what good is. You cannot pursue truth without studying it. Every hour you waste on shadows is an hour stolen from your ascent. Question everything, especially what you believe most strongly, especially what feels most certain, especially what everyone agrees on. This is dialectic, the method of philosophy. You take a belief and you examine it. You ask what it means. You probe its foundations. You test it against other beliefs. You follow the argument wherever it leads, even if it destroys what you thought you knew. This is critical. This is how reason strengthens itself. This is how you ascend from opinion to knowledge. Prepare for pain. This is why most people never do it. But this is the only path to truth. Embrace solitude. The philosopher is often alone, not because he hates people, but because most people live in the cave and he is beginning to see the sun. He cannot return to shadow worship. He cannot pretend that opinion matters as much as truth. He cannot serve appetite when he has tasted the good. This isolates him. Let it. Better to be alone with truth than surrounded by comfortable lies. Better to be philosopher king of your own soul than slave in the democracy of fools. Expect suffering. Welcome pain. The path to self-mastery is violence. Plato never promised otherwise. You got confused with his softly guided questions, complacent. The prisoner dragged from the cave suffers. The man training spirit to control appetite suffers in agony. The philosopher pursuing truth in a world that hates truth suffers. This is the cost. This is the price of true freedom. If you are not willing to suffer, you will remain a slave. If you cannot endure the pain of transformation, you will stay chained in darkness, calling shadows real. The question is not whether you will suffer. You must understand this one thing. You will suffer for slavery, or you will suffer for kingship. But you will suffer. Here is the promise. Here is what awaits the man who makes this journey. Peace. Not the peace of satisfied appetite, but the peace of a harmonious soul. The peace of knowing you are ruled by reason instead of impulse. The peace of pursuing good instead of chasing shadows. Freedom. Not the freedom to indulge every desire, but the freedom to choose reason over appetite. To say no to yourself. To rule yourself. This is true freedom. This is what everyone seeks without knowing it. Power. Not power over others, but power over yourself. The only power that matters. The only power that lasts. The power to be king of your soul. And truth. Above all, truth. The philosopher who completes the ascent sees reality. He understands the forms. He grasps the good. And once you have seen the sun, you cannot unsee it. Once you have tasted truth, you cannot find satisfaction in opinion. Once you have become philosopher king of your soul, you cannot go back to slavery. This is irreversible. This is transformation. This is the victory that matters. So make your choice. Right now, this moment. Will you remain slave? Will you let appetite rule? Will you stay in your cave, worshiping shadows? Will you call comfortable lies truth and violent self-mastery madness? Or will you begin the ascent? Will you establish reason as king? Will you train spirit as a warrior? Will you chain appetite to be your slave? Will you pursue the good, no matter the cost? Will you become philosopher king of your soul? The path is clear. The cost is high. The reward is everything. Most will refuse and stay chained. Many more will die, having never ruled themselves. But you can choose differently. You can wage war on the tyrant within. You can pursue truth. You can ascend to the good. You can become king. Become king of your soul. Establish reason on the throne. Let spirit enforce its rule ruthlessly. Chain your desires where they belong. Pursue what is good. See the sun trying to shine through. This is the path forward. This is the only life worth living. Everything else is slavery. Everything else is a shadow. Everything else is death. Look for me at the exit of your cave when you escape and become king of your soul.